very pleasant good afternoon to you as we welcome you to Austin Field on the campus of Chandler High School for the inaugural 4A State Championship Girls Flag Football game here in Chandler, Arizona. It's a pleasure to be with you. I'm Kevin Derryberry alongside Benjamin Garcia. Benjamin will be joined by Sandy Charles later in the broadcast, but today a battle of the undefeateds. St. Mary's, the 1 seed at 13-0, and the Prescott Badgers, they too unbeaten as a 2 seed. But for Prescott, they're led by head coach Ryan Hart and Rihanna Aguilar, their dual threat quarterback.
Oh, you had mentioned it. Dual threat would be putting it lightly for Rihanna Aguilar. Last week, they needed all of her efforts to defeat Coconino. She has done everything in terms of scrambling and throwing the ball downfield, but it's not just what this offense is going to have to do. She's going up against a stout defense in St. Mary's, not giving up any points through their first 4 games of the season. Kevin, what you got in their defense?
Yeah, for the St. Mary's Knights defense, first I want to mention their head coach, Chris Horn, a former NFL football player, played for the Kansas City Chiefs. But for that defense that you referred to, Benjamin, 8 shutouts on the year. They're averaging 3.8 points a contest. That's 44 points in 13 games. That's remarkable. And we're going to have all the action on the inaugural 4A State Championship in Girls Flag Football presented by the Fiesta Bowl coming up next.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Toyotathon is on! Now's the time to get an exciting new Toyota, like Camry.
Wait, what?
RAV4 Hybrid.
Cool.
Tundra, and more.
Whoa.
How'd you do that? Toyotathon magic.
Right now, lease a new Camry for just $289 a month. Or a rugged Tacoma for only $299 a month.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
Once again, we welcome you to Austin Field from Chandler High School. Kevin Derryberry alongside Benjamin Garcia. We'll be joined by Sandy Charles on the field this afternoon. It's the inaugural 4A State Championship game, and today we will see a 1 seed against a 2 seed. Benjamin, both teams undefeated. St. Mary's checking in at 13-0. They're the top seed, and then the Prescott Badgers 15-0 under Ryan Hart. They're the 2 seed.
What we want to see each and every time we have a tournament, whatever it is, it could be football, it could be basketball, we want to see the number 1 and number 2 seeds go at it, and that's what we have here today. St. Mary's, Prescott, we got a good one today, Kevin.
Let's send it down to the field, and let's see Sandy Charles for the first time. Hi, Sandy.
Thanks, Kevin. Yes, like you mentioned, both of these schools' first-year flag football teams. I spoke with both of these head coaches, and I asked them why. Why did you want to be a part of this? Let's start with Prescott's Ryan Hart. He told me he loves the game. He loves to coach. In fact, his daughter loves the game. She's 13 years old. Her name is Riley. She's the manager for the team. We'll see her out there today. And he said he wanted to make an impact. Now, on the other side, for St. Mary's, Chris Horn, he said his daughter, Franny, asked him to coach, and he couldn't say no. We will see Franny out there playing today. It is her birthday as well. So, Kevin, these two coaches are taking Girl Dad to a whole new level. We'll send it back up to you.
Yes, they are, Sandy, and I love it. Girl Dad, that is so significant here. Ben, we got a great one. You mentioned it already, 1 versus 2, but how about the O's, right? You think about the undefeated for both programs, but you also look at their defense that they post donuts, 8 shutouts for both teams, and they're just hard to score on.
Yeah, I think even more specifically what you'd want to highlight is that St. Mary's defense that wasn't allowing a single score through their first 5 games of the season. Prescott as well, their defense, nothing to scoff at. They also have wins through this playoff at 20-3, 33-0, 19-7. They are not very prone to giving up a ton of points, and that's what we have here today, Kevin.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, and 86 points through 15 games, that's a stingy number, no doubt about it. And you look at that, that's 5.7 points per ball game. Heck, a touchdown's worth 6 points, so they're not giving up very many touchdowns. They're not giving up points at all.
Yeah, you talk about, when people talk about flag football, it's almost always one of those shootout type environments. It's not really like the tackle aspect, a little bit more physical of a game. And a lot of defensive stalemates could be had, but when you see these two teams, the ability to keep teams from getting into the end zone cannot be overstated. And tonight we have a awesome quarterback matchup as well that could test both these teams' defenses.
The Badgers are led by their junior quarterback at 5'4", Rihanna Aguilar. She's also a dual threat, over 500 yards rushing for Rihanna, 8 touchdowns. She's been significant as a dual threat quarterback. And we are ready to go. On the return for Prescott, here is the Badgers' Daria Young. And she'll get her flag pulled right near the 40-yard line. It's Championship Saturday, and we will join you here for the first of 3. The 4A conference, the 5A conference, and the 6A conference will all settle the season here on this historic day. But first, on the main stage, it's the inaugural girls flag football 4A state championship here. And again, it's Prescott and the St. Mary's Knights. For Prescott, they'll begin this drive at the 33-yard line. They need to get to the 40 for their first down. And on the pitch, it's a run play, and unable to gather in the pitch. That was Adeline Brandon, but there you go. We saw the quarterback immediately making a play for Rihanna Aguilar.
Well, you'd see it there, Kevin. What do you do in these big, high-pressure moments? The championship game, the inaugural championship game, you're pulling out all the stops, and you see here little option, speed option to the right here for the Prescott Badgers, and just nearly could have broke that one. Just a little miscommunication on the pitch.
So you have to get to the 40s and the 20s for your first downs. This is a first down here for the Badgers. Aguilar to throw as she tried to drop it off in the flat. And that was just a quick little pass, unable to make the reception. That was Mallory Walsh, but the pressure coming in a hurry in a big way for the St. Mary's Knights.
Yeah, I know it's not much there. It's an incompletion, right? But still, the ability to make the defense honest, come up a little bit, creep, what looked to be a little bit of a zone coverage, maybe get some cheap touchdowns over the top, setting yourself up for later in the game.
Keep an eye out on the Knights. Ariana Manning, over 31 sacks for her. She's the rusher. And there she is with the flagpole.
Wow.
Right on cue, Ariana Manning lunging out and grabbing the pole, and credited with that tackle, but nice job there. But with some speed, she's the rusher. Ariana Gilray. She is.
Kevin, I think of myself as a flag football savant. Played a lot of it growing up as a kid, and pulling those flags is incredibly difficult. So to be able to do that, stop a large gain from happening, sets up a massive third down early in this game.
No question about it. The ball is marked at the 41-yard line for the Badgers. They need to get to the Knights 40 to extend this drive. Third down play. Here comes the pass rush. And Aguilar's pass is going to come up short. Mallory Walsh was out there in the flat, and that pass just never reached her, Ben.
Yeah, you're speeding up the quarterback here in Aguilar, trying to get it out there and just make it a manageable fourth down. But as you can see, the St. Mary's defense comes and puts a stop to that very quickly. And no completions here, really stifling up this Badgers offense.
So it's a fourth down, and it'll be a punting situation here for the Badgers. You must declare that you're going to punt it, and that's what we will see here. Putting this one in the sky is Eliana Gilray. And back deep on the return, here comes the St. Mary's Knights' Ariana Manning. She's a playmaker defensively, but she also has ball skills too, Benjamin.
Yeah, a little bit of Travis Hunter out there playing both sides of the ball, defense, offense, bringing it all the way up to what looks to be the 36-yard line.
She's a playmaker defensively, but she also has ball skills. The quarterback for the St. Mary's Knights, 13-0 on the campaign. They were 5-0 in the 4A Skyline. Gianni Ruiz is our quarterback, a right-handed senior quarterback. Snap is back. Ruiz to the air. Her first pass is complete over the middle at the 40-yard line and past the 40-yard line. Making the catch was Gwen Carter. For Gwen Carter, she is a true playmaker for the St. Mary's Knights offense. She can make plays running. She can also make a lot of plays with the run after the catch.
You had mentioned being able to throw the ball is going to be prevalent in this game, and the Badgers having some difficulties there, not here for the St. Mary's.
Just remember that every receiver on that line is eligible to catch a pass. There's a ball intended to the near side. Franny Horn was the intended target, but that Ruiz pass a little bit wobbly there because there was a lot of pressure coming in her kitchen.
Looks to be Kimber Milstead there coming in with the ability to potential pick off that ball. She gets both of her hands on that. She's taken that to the house for an easy pick six. The St. Mary's needs to consider themselves very lucky there.
Delaney Courtney applying the pressure for the Prescott Badgers. Second down. Ruiz to the air, has plenty of time. Rifles a pass this way. That ball is caught. Gwen Carter with the catch, and Gwen Carter is tackled immediately. Nice pull there by Delaney Courtney, but you can see immediately the tempo here for the St. Mary's Knights as the quarterback, Ruiz, she gets rid of the football quickly.
And you go back to just that Badgers' potential missed opportunity, being able to pick that ball, potentially taking it all the way for 6 points. That's the problem. You don't get that, and then you have to be able, and then you have to go back on defense. You give up a little bit of a gain, and now it's a third and somewhat manageable for this Knights offense.
Third down from the 47-yard line. Snap is back to Ruiz. She's looking left. Winds up. Deep shot. Has a receiver there, and that ball is just overthrown. A little bit too much adrenaline on that throw. Wide open, streaking down the sidelines was Bella Sirocco, and there's just one of those misses that you'll see a couple of those throughout the game.
Well, you had mentioned it there, just a miss there by the wide receiver. The quarterback throwing the ball deep on that play, potentially would have been a touchdown score, but just overthrowing her wide receiver there.
We're going to see some quarterback play here throughout the game, and there is a punt, and on the return for the Badgers, nice wheels to the outside by Rihanna Aguilar. So Rihanna not only is the dual threat quarterback, but she's also on special teams.
Big flag pull there. No one in the vicinity of the Badgers return team. And just the ability to be able to pull that flag.
Let's take a look at the starters here for the number 2 seeded Prescott Badgers. At quarterback, Rihanna Aguilar. The wide receiver is Aubrey Kitahata. The wide receiver, Mallory Walsh. Another wideout, Marley Van Wormer. Their fourth wideout will be Noelia Buena, and Adeline Brandon is the running back. The center is Addie Larson. For St. Mary's, Sophia Bryant at one linebacker spot, and you'll see Ariana Manning and the rest of that Knights defensive lineup. This is a run play for Prescott, and running with the football was Eliana Gilray, and right there to make the stop was Ariana Manning. She's been very busy here in this opening quarter.
She is flag pulling left and right on this for this St. Mary's Knights defense, keeping everything in front of her, making everything just tough for the Badgers. You wonder at some point when the Badgers decide to open up the playbook, maybe throw a couple downfield.
For St. Mary's, they'll play that 1-3-3 defense, 3 high safeties. Also, Sophia Bryant, very significant in her ability to get flag pulls. She's been outstanding, over 100 tackles on the year. Aguilar to the air, under pressure, and let's see if she gets sacked. they're going to rule it an incomplete pass, but Ariana Manning was right there, nearly had her 32nd sack of the year.
Yeah, you had mentioned before this nice defense playing a little bit of 1-3-3 action. If you're going to want to attack this, you're either going to want to go underneath in the quarters coverage or potentially in the middle of that field if Rihanna Aguilar wants to make that throw. This dink and dunk offense not necessarily going to work against this St. Mary's defense.
Third down and long here for the Badgers. And once again, running the football for Prescott was Eliana Gilray, but Ariana Manning again right there with her third consecutive flagpole. She's been dominant in the early stages of this opening quarter.
You might as well just throw her out there at this point and just keep the rest of the Knights defense at bay. She is pulling everyone down at this point in this game.
In punt formation, this is Aliana Gilray. We saw her get loose earlier in the game. She was booming some punts. This is going to be taken on the near boundary. This is Bella Sirocco, and Bella Sirocco is going to take the football inside Badger territory, and we will have a change of possession here. We are scoreless here in the first quarter as we head to a break. This is the 2024 AIA Flag Football State Championships presented by the Fiesta Bowl on Arizona's Family Sports.
A little to the left, please. Thank you. A little more.
Oh, I'm okay.
Get your money working. And for a limited time, get 0% interest for 6 months when you open a new Visa credit card at America First.
At first, it was just a team. Now I can't imagine my life without them.
That coach changed our son. On the field and off.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Arizona, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
We welcome you back to Championship Saturday here at Austin Field on the campus of Chandler High School. Kevin Derryberry alongside Benjamin Garcia with Sandy Childs. St. Mary's with the opportunity with the football. Here is their quarterback, another deep shot, jump ball, and that ball's incomplete.
Oh, but not afraid to take a shot downfield. You see at this point two differences in these offense. St. Mary's not afraid to throw the long ball. The Badgers playing a little bit more conservatively. Hey, you know, they talk about it all the time, Kevin. No risk it, no biscuit. You risk a little bit of a potential of an interception there, but still clean defense, offense as well. Going to see if we're going to be able to convert one of those here.
Ruiz trying to get the football vertically down the field to Bella Sirocco. That ball was incomplete, as you saw, but during the play there was a holding call, a sense to the St. Mary's Knights.
Kevin, did you see that flag on the play? They must have threw an imaginary one there. I did not see one.
Yeah, it was dropped there on the C. Our referee here is Rick Fuller. Dale Whitmore is our head linesman. Lee Tompkins, the line judge, and Kirby Bolnow is the back judge.
Here comes more laundry.
And it's Ruiz again to the near side, right there for Prescott to make the stop. That was Adeline Brandon. Nice work there by the Prescott Badgers. Great crowd on hand. All the fans are on the west side of Austin Field, and St. Mary's is well represented. Of course, Prescott had to come down the hill just a little bit to represent their Badgers here, but a good crowd on hand here, Benjamin.
Looked to be another holding penalty there, Kevin. That's back-to-back penalties for the Knights at this point, and now you set up a massive first and long, and the Badgers defense, you just saw a second there celebrating. That was because of the laundry on the field coming from the Knights. Gotta wonder what the officials saw there.
Self-infliction for St. Mary's. That'll back them up to the 36-yard line. Snap is back to Ruiz. Surveys the field. Here comes the pass rush. And dropping one deep down the middle of the field. That ball is intercepted. It's picked off. The Prescott Badgers with the takeaway. And on the interception, I believe it was Brinkley Larson who secured that football on the tip drill.
Yeah, Brinkley Larson getting the Oski and with the potential of taking that back, but just wrapped up pretty quickly there by the Knights offense. But still, that's what penalties do for you. You have back-to-back penalties for the Knights, and now it looks like we have more laundry on the field as we get this situated.
St. Mary's playing behind the sticks, so with another infraction, this one dropped off in the area that Ruiz threw the football, and this penalty looks like it's going to go against the Prescott Badgers, which would eradicate the interception. But we'll wait and we'll just sort things out. You don't want to assume anything here in a championship game, but you know, we've played 8 minutes in this opening quarter. It is a running clock, but we talked about at the open that both defenses are very, very stingy.
So that was a 10-yard penalty there, Kevin. That changes everything now.
Ruiz is going to get sacked. She was sacked in the backfield. Nice work by Adeline Brandon. Brandon gets the quarterback sack, and just like that, after the fresh set of downs and the penalty, the Badgers defense makes a stand.
Yeah, so second down there, but man, very lucky that she got sacked there on that play because there was a potential for an interception. She was thrown to a ball to a sea of white jerseys, and that ball was going to be picked off, so maybe some thanks there to the officials for calling that play down immediately when she threw it.
For Brandon, I believe that's her first sack of the year. What a time to pick up sack number 1. This is a handoff. This is Sophia Bryant to the edge, and Sophia's going to fall forward, making a spectacular pull. There was Alana Gilray, and for Alana Gilray, she just makes tackles.
So a little trickery there, almost a homage to that Chiefs offense a couple of years ago on Christmas Day against the Raiders, putting 3 backs in the backfield, 1 quarterback obviously, a direct snap to the running back, a reverse on the other end, just trying to get that Badgers defense to think a little bit, and it's the ability to make this a very manageable third down.
With everybody offensively eligible to make a play. That's the creativity of the Chris Horn offense. Bryant back the other way, and she's going to be grabbed in the backfield.
Yeah, so nearly the same play again, just flipped to the other side of the field, the far side of the field at this point, and the Badgers weren't falling for it. So now we have a potential at a 3rd and long conversion. Now it's going to be 4th down. We should see a punting unit here, Kevin.
Delaney Courtney with the tackle. That's her 117th pull of the year, and it results in a 4th down, and the Knights, who had some promise on that drive, are going to have to pump the football away, and it's Ruiz. She sent it the other way, and on the return, here comes Alana Gilray. Gilray in space, and she's going to run into the special teams tackle. Excellent work there by Bella Sirocco. Sirocco's claim to fame is her ball hawking skills. She has 6 pick sixes on the year, but she showed some great form tackling right there on that sequence.
You said it, 6 pick sixes on the year. That speaks for itself with the ability to continue to make opposing offenses pay, and still an excellent flag puller there as well.
Prescott, who scored 361 points on the campaign, coming off an impressive win in the postseason. It was a win against Coconino, 28-21, and here they are on the Grand States here in this one. Final couple minutes of frame number 1, and that option is behind the tailback, Alana Gilray, and that ball will be dead right at the 30-yard line.
That's the second option of this game where there's just some miscommunication there for the Badgers. You got to be able to know that you're going to get the football, especially if you're the back there. Because if that's something you can complete on a consistent basis, that leads the defense to become dishonest and opens up other things in the passing game. Just add a sink here early for the Badgers offense.
Back to work here is Rihanna Aguilar. Her pass fired over the middle is broken up. I believe Sophia Bryant was in the vicinity. She got her hands in there and dislodged that football.
Yeah, you see here just a drop back quick, almost curl route to the middle of the field, and here comes the Mary's defense, jogging it loose. An incompletion which would have made it Again, another manageable third down, but now it's 3rd and long. We'll see what the Badgers have here.
For Prescott, they need to get to the 40-yard line to extend this drive. In motion this way for Prescott is Lucy Zembic. Long count for the quarterback. Aguilar back to throw, wants to drop it off right there to Gilray, and that pass is just too tall for Gilray to bring it in.
I was just going to say, it's just consistent pressure brought by this Knights defense. Aguilar has no time to throw the football. She's speeding up her reads here. She sees a pre-Knights rusher and having to throw that ball quickly, and that's the consistency we've seen from this Badgers offense, and not the consistency you want to see.
And then there's Ariana Manning, who's always in the backfield there, wreaking havoc. And once again, she makes a big play. And we have played 1 quarter here in this inaugural 4A state championship game in girls flag football. And we have played to a scoreless tie here after our first 12 minutes. We're going to take a break, pay some bills. This is the 2024 AIA Flag Football State Championships presented by the Fiesta Bowl on Arizona's Family Sports.
Driving the Nissan Rogue with Google built in is like...
Hey Google, turn on Rocky's Food.
It's like the ultimate connection. See why it's been awarded a Consumer Guide Best Buy and recommended by Consumer Reports. Drive the Nissan Rogue today.
Now get the 2024 Nissan Rogue, one of 6 Nissan vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000.
Hurt in a wreck? The insurance company is going to offer you a little check. We turn low offers into big checks. Hurt in a wreck? You need a real check? Make 1 call, that's all.
Murder and rope is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
In a wreck and thinking about dealing with the insurance company yourself? Stop! People represented by an attorney get more than 3 times the money than those who don't have an attorney.
Murder and rope is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the AIA and the Arizona Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This glorious Whataburger is yours. A few minutes ago, it didn't even exist. Why? Because every Whataburger is 100% fresh beef and made to order. That means we didn't start cooking it until this exact moment, right here, when you ordered it into existence. Whataburger, just like you like it.
Welcome back to Austin Field, home of the Chandler Wolves. Kevin Derryberry alongside Benjamin Garcia and Sandy Charles. Sandy has something for us on the field. Sandy?
Thanks, Kevin. We've seen a little bit of Prescott's quarterback, Rihanna Aguilar, just a junior. Now, I spoke with head coach Ryan Hart about her. He said she's sharp, she's strong, she's an incredible athlete, but most importantly, she leads with character, and she's an engaged leader. She's who sets the team for this tone. And, Kevin, as she settles in, we'll see her lead them. We'll send it back up to you.
Thank you, Sandy. On the return for St. Mary's, Ava Sierras ran into another tackle there by Alana Gilroy. Boy, Alana has been very active both sides of the ball here, Benjamin.
Yeah, no, and just really quickly, just going back to some of the things that Sandy was saying, that's what you want from your quarterback, the ability to not just lead on, but off the field. It's what sets the tone for everything on this team.
A little more trickeration, but the timing is not there. And in the backfield for the Prescott Badgers, making things difficult, was Olivia Raber. So Raber in the backfield with some great penetration on that line, and she was very disruptive there.
Yeah, 2 defenses right now that are just pestering the offenses of either side, and you wonder if St. Mary's goes back to that offense that is chucking it downfield.
It bears worth repeating. Both teams have posted 8 shutouts this year, so you're wondering there's no score here. There's a pass complete out in the flat. Gwen Carter makes the catch. That's a nice ball there by the quarterback, Gianna Ruiz.
Yeah, nearly with the breakaway speed, but still couldn't tell who it was there that pulled the flag, but forcing her to the sidelines. and pulling the flag and just stopping what could have been a much bigger gain, bringing up third down.
Daria Young right there to get the flagpole. So St. Mary's working left to right. The Knights wearing their yellow shorts with their green tops, and the Badgers wearing their patented blue and white uniforms with the blue shorts and the white tops. This is Gwen, and Gwen's going to take the football and drop it off. So Gwen Carter throws a pass there, and she found her wide receiver. I believe that was Franny Horn making her first catch, and Franny Horn is the coach's daughter.
Yeah, a little bit of backyard football there at that point. Quickly snapping the ball and then back over to the center. Nearly the ability to not even have to throw the ball, just almost like a pat back. Badgers defense wasn't ready for it, and we could potentially be looking at our first down in this ball game.
Benjamin, I know you're an NFL guy. Chris Horn played for the Kansas City Chiefs back in the day, scored a touchdown for the Chiefs and was a one-time Arizona Rattler. But Chris Horn, one of those guys that unheralded, if you will, but made it to the league, got paid, and made an impact in the National Football League.
Listen, you had mentioned that anyone that knows the game as well as Horn does, to be able to do it at the highest level, it obviously runs in the family here with this Knights center here with the catching the football and running it downfield and continuously just having a nose for it.
For Horn, he also played at Rocky Mountain College in the NAIA in Billings, Montana. So he had a really interesting way, and his path to the National Football League was impressive. Our Valet Toyota dealers rode to the finals for St. Mary's in the first round. They knocked off 16th seeded Arcadia 19-7. In the quarters, they dismantled number 9 Eastmark 33-0. That was their 7th shutout of the year. And in the semis, the Scottsdale Christian Academy Eagles played well. They were feisty, the Eagles group, but they ended up losing 20-3. And here they are, unblemished in this state final at 13-0.
Almost getting better with time in the playoffs. 19-7, 33-0, 20-3. Stifling defense, stopping opposing offenses.
From the Badgers 43, they just toss it right back to Gwen Carter, and she has her flag pulled immediately. Defensively, there for the Badgers, I believe Olivia Raber was there, and that is going to negate the opportunity.
It's a turnover on downs
to
there.
Get a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, I guess I jinxed a little bit. I thought we were going to be looking at our first down of the game, but a little trickery on that play. The Badgers defense was not falling for it, didn't give up a singular yard on that play, stopping the Knights offense from getting our first down.
The Badgers get the football right back. Rihanna Aguilar. In this case, they hand it off to Gilray, and she stays on her feet and finds an opening here on the near boundary.
Ooh.
A flag comes in late, but you have to like the speed to the edge by Alana Gilray.
It almost looked like the only way they were going to stop her is by getting some hands on her, and I'm not talking about the flag there, the ability to escape the opposing defense, but then kind of falling a little bit near that near side 50-yard line.
It looked like Brinkley Larson took the snap on that last play, and that's not crazy. You'll see different formations, and you'll see multiple people take the football. In fact, you've even seen Gwen Carter just snap it to her teammates. So there is a lot of unique and very, very creative offensive sets, and the fact that everybody's eligible, Benjamin, it's wide open.
Yeah, I'm not so sure what we got there on that flag. It looked to be a holding penalty, but not sure who. But here come the Badgers now throwing one downfield.
2nd and 1, deep ball. Maggie Manili was throwing the football. So Manili throwing the rock, and with the step.
I tell you, Kevin, these young women here, they can really sling it. No of the ball, missing the wide receiver, just coming up a little short. They are airmailing these wide receivers. They got to get on the same page here. We'll see one of those connect here in just a second, I'm sure of it.
A lot of adrenaline early. All right, it is McNeely at quarterback, and the last receiver was the other quarterback. So quarterback throwing at the quarterback, but playing wide receiver on that last play was Rihanna Aguilar, and she had the defender beat.
We brought up another 4th down, so now it's almost a looking in the mirror scenario from the last possession from the Knights, where just a yard short of the first down, and that's what we have here with the Badgers, a yard short. We'll see if they can convert here.
The ball is on the 41 of St. Mary's. The Badgers need the 40 to extend this drive. It's a tight formation. McNeely is going to take the snap. She's in trouble, and she's taken down in the backfield. Who else? Ariana Manning with the TFL, and that'll be a turnover on downs, and St. Mary's is going to get the football back. Let's see. Yes, that is indeed correct.
You know, what I'd like to see there, if the Badgers are going to commit to running the football, I'd almost like to see a little bit of a quarterback potentially right up the what would be A gap or B gaps in tackle football, right in between. Maybe not use them as blockers, but just kind of run up the middle. This East and West offense, it doesn't seem like you're going to be able to run away from these fast linebackers, this Knights defense, and they see it right there, stifling them without a first down. It's
a matter of time before the Knights try to go deep again. That's what Gianna Ruiz and her teammates love to do. They love to throw the ball deep. This is another handoff. It's a flea flicker. Ruiz loads up,
Wide
and
open.
that ball is batted down. And now we're going to get a sack. So that ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Recording the sack for Prescott was Delaney Courtney. And she's been disruptive here first half of this football game. The pass rush on both sides, Mr. Garcia, have been very impressive.
Just beautifully dialed up blitz, but potentially even a better offensive play. I know you're a fan of the old show, Saved by the Bell. It's Saved by the Whistle on that play. Throwing the ball downfield and just short. Would have been an interception and potentially could have went the other direction. Knights got to consider themselves a little lucky there.
Little news you can use. I'm a fan of Saved by the Bell. I did not know that. There's a little underhand toss. And again, a very unorthodox type play. Making the reception was Ava Sierras. I believe who flipped it to her was Gwen Carter. And again, more creativity here by the Chris Horn offense.
The only team that runs more, motion, for lack of a better term, or snapping the ball and everyone's got it before they throw it might be the San Francisco 49ers offense right now. So this is some creativity from this Knights offense that is not making anything easy on this Badgers defense.
From the St. Mary's 46-yard line, snap is back to Ruiz. Has time to survey, loads up. Deep shot as a receiver there. That ball's intercepted. It's picked off. That's the second interception for Ruiz. And recording that pick was Maggie Manili. And Manili has the interception. That's the second takeaway of this football game. The Badgers D continues to be extremely stingy.
And I think that should be, if not for a negated penalty earlier in the game, that should be her second interception of the night, but finally gets back into it, gets her first one, and I would not be if we see another one from Maggie here later in this game, but two defenses that are not giving up anything. Kevin, we might just have to turn this into first-to-score wins, and we might be here all night still.
You never know. For Manili with the pick, that's her 20th, and for the Badgers as a team, 56 interceptions. Manili. Deep ball, has a receiver there, and that ball's dropped. Oh, my goodness. What a pass by Manili. That was dropped in the breadbasket on a wide-open Brinkley Larson. That would have been a six-pointer for sure. Unfortunately, they'll play another down.
Oh, just a beautiful throw right in the breadbasket from 9 to 6 on play, but it looks like she ran it before she caught it. That's something that even a mistake professionals make when they're playing this sport, and you got to be able to reel that ball in, because if she does, even just catches it and secures the catch and gets down, it's a massive gain, a first down, and potentially a touchdown on that play.
What a ball by Manili. That was
Beautiful.
a heartbreaking play by the Badgers. Manili back to work again. She's going to hand it off. This is her tailback with speed to the corner, and that is Alana Gilray. And Alana Gilray, very versatile with her attack on offense. She's been running the ball out of the backfield. They get the ball to her on the air in space, and watch out.
Oof, you had mentioned it. Versatile might not even be the right word for her. Just speedy player coming off the edge, and she's going to break one of these. I've noticed from this Badgers offense, just speed everywhere, which is potentially why they're willing to throw this ball down the field, quickly get into their players in space. They just feel good about their skill players making people miss.
Rihanna Aguilar lines up to the outside. In motion to the far side, that is Mallory Walsh. Manili to the air. Pumps. Loads up. That ball's floating in there. It's hanging up there, and that ball is incomplete. Well, I think the quarterback, now playing wide receiver, Rihanna Aguilar, ended up being a defensive back there and knocked that ball down. Otherwise, that could have been another interception for the secondary.
Took the words right out of my mouth. The Badgers offense throws the ball deep downfield. Little pump fake to get the defender jumping, but Whew. Rihanna Aguilar coming in, playing defense on the play. Coming back to the ball, not waiting for it to come to her. Disaster avoided there for this Badgers offense.
And again, the ferocious pass rush up front by Ariana Manning. Doing a great job there, but Manili did a nice job to maneuver around her. Manili to the air again, working on that slant. That ball's count. That's Brinkley this time as she squared up and was in good position to catch that ball. And that was a delivery. That was a strike there by the quarterback, Manili.
Yeah, it's supposed to be flag football, but bodies are flying everywhere in today's game, and it looks like potentially this Knights defense is starting to creep up just a little bit.
Manili and company on the move. They need the 40 to get a fresh set of downs. Manili, another deep shot. What a ball, and that ball is incomplete. She threw into double coverage again, had 2, maybe even 3 receivers there. And for Prescott, I believe the closest to making a catch was Aubrey Kinahata, the junior. But how about that spiral by the quarterback, Manili? She spun that one. That was a beautiful throw.
These quarterbacks in this game have overthrown their receivers multiple times, and the quarterbacks have no lack of arm strength, but 2 wide receivers in the area, 3 defensive backs. You just feel like you like your chances, but ultimately not able to come down with it there, Kevin.
4th and 3 for Manili and company. Manili takes the snap, and she can't get to the line to gain. Sophia Bryant shooting the gap. She gets the flagpole, and that was a dynamite play by the defensive unit for the St. Mary's Knights. And now we're going to run into a organized timeout. We're going to head to break. This is the 2024 AIA State Championship.
Are you okay? You seem upset. Turns out you were right. Our car was breaking down and we did need a new one with a loan from America First Credit Union. Me saying there was no hurry and to wait was wrong. Hey, on the bright side, we got to meet Huey.
Get your money working with our low-rate auto loans. Now, with no payments for 90 days.
It started in the city.
Started on a sandlot.
It started on a Sunday.
The focus.
The drive.
The dream.
You knew how it felt.
You knew we needed the tools necessary.
You knew we needed funds to travel to tournaments.
You provided me with the best equipment.
You gave me opportunity.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Toyotathon is on. Shake up the holidays with an exciting new Toyota. Take an all-wheel drive Camry to go ice skating. Visit Grandma in a Highlander. Grandma! You got it. Or bring home a tree in a Tacoma. Are we in a snow globe?
Right now, get 4.99% for 60 months on Camry and Corolla. Or 2.99% for 72 months on Tundra.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
We welcome you back to Chandler High School. Kevin Derryberry alongside Benjamin Garcia and Sandy Childs. Back to live action, and it's Ruiz completing a pass out on the flat to Gwen Carter, and that's how the action resumes here, late stages of this second quarter. Let's take a look at the road to the finals here for the second-seeded Prescott Badgers, checking in today with a record of 15-0 under their head coach Ryan Hart. And they had a very impressive road for Prescott. They beat Lee Williams 19-7 in the opening round, knocked off Ben Franklin 10-0. Ruiz to throw. Here comes the pressure. She sidesteps the pressure. Flag down. Ruiz going to take off and run. She's at the 50 and lunging to make the stop on the far side for Prescott. That was Olivia Raber. What a tackle for Raber. Boy, she had to close out, and she gained a lot of real estate with that speed of hers.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to come back, though. Yeah, some holding on the opposing team. Thought I saw a little bit there holding from the center, but my mistake. The officials calling a holding penalty on the Badgers there. That should be a first down of this play, but almost an unearned first down. So still, defense is not giving up much, but a costly penalty, putting a team now in this game in their first real chance to win, to get some points on the board.
It's very close to being the deepest penetration of this game by the St. Mary's Knights. The ball is on the 36 of Prescott, and that ball is pitched to Gwen Carter, but in the backfield before anybody can blink was Olivia Raber, and Raber again just very impressive with the defensive ability.
Yeah, you wonder if this Knights offense is going to switch some things up, because now the Badgers defense is starting to really get a grasp on what the Knights want to run here in this kind of trickery style offense. Both these linebackers here for the Badgers are not getting fooled anymore, and it's causing them to move backwards instead of forwards.
That was a loss of 5 from the 40. Ruiz to the air, has some time. She's pressured. He's going to lop the ball down the field, and that ball is caught by Gwen Carter. Nice work there by Ruiz with some patience, buying a little bit of time, sliding to her right, and then lofted the ball over the defense, and there was Gwen Carter making a nice contribution with that catch.
Yeah, I'd like to see the safeties creep up a little bit here on this play, but see 22 here for the Badgers, trying to keep the opposing quarterback honest. That's where you'd like to see your safety come up, try to bat that action, and that for the Knights offense.
Give Raber another hurry as she was on the pass rush. It looks like there are 4 quarterbacks out there. That's the design of that play. Ruiz back to throw. As she finds her receiver again, that's close to first down yard. It's Gwen Carter, GC2 for St. Mary's, makes the catch. And with the immediate pull for Prescott, it was Maggie Manili. And that is a first down for St. Mary's, and this is the furthest that any team has gotten on their opponent, as the ball is now right near the 20-yard line. St. Mary's in the red zone for the first time this afternoon.
Yeah, I didn't catch exactly what the officials saw there. I think maybe they were going for pass interference on that play. Really, the headlines judge, or the head judge of this officiating crew, dig the signaling very quickly, but now this puts up the Knights offense in prime real estate to get our first score of the game right before the half, Kevin.
This is a first and goal to go. Gwen Carter is going to snap the football. Ruiz to the air with good footwork. Has time for the corner of the end zone. That ball is incomplete. There was a receiver there.
Not for long, though, Kevin. Badgers defender coming in and nearly laying the wood on her.
Ava Sierras was the target. She leaped up, and that ball was just past her outstretched arms. But Ruiz taking a shot towards the back pylon of the end zone. What an effort there. Manili with the coverage, and she's a difficult cover as well because she's got all that height.
Yeah, but credit to the quarterback as well. You throw that ball to the pylon, it's either your player's ball or no one's ball.
Again, that little flip pass. They snap it to Carter, and then she'll drop it off for the wide receiver. I believe it was Franny Horn. Franny Horn with the catch, and Franny Horn was about a step away from gaining the first touchdown of this championship game.
Yeah, now about third, and looks to be a long 2 yards here for the Knights offense. You wonder if they just go back to that quick pitch offense again.
So it's third and goal from the 3-yard line.
You can kind of see the signaling of the Badgers defense telling everyone to come up close.
Sophia Bryant is in that backfield. Ruiz to the end zone. She's got Gwen there. That ball's incomplete. Gwen Carter had that one in her hands and just couldn't squeeze the football.
Yeah, that's where the Badgers defense caught a little bit of a break here, because that ball was thrown perfectly. Should have reeled it in, but the defense of the Badgers falls asleep on that play in the back of the end zone and just catches a break here. The Knights just watch 6 points fall right through their fingertips.
Now, on fourth down, do you take the 3 here, or are you going to go for 6? And it looks like Chris Horn's going to remain aggressive here.
That's interesting.
Why not? You're undefeated at 13-0. You're playing with house money. You're in the finals. Ruiz, snap is back. Ruiz rolling right. Goes to the end zone. That ball's caught for a St. Mary's Knights touchdown.
Yeah, you can almost see there they were trying to get the defense of the Badgers to jump off sides, but said, we're just going to call hike anyways. Almost that same play that we saw in the back of the end zone just a moment before, but just a little drag route to the side. Holds onto the ball through some physical contact, and that's a touchdown.
Gianna Ruiz to Gwen Carter for 6. That opens the scoring as St. Mary's draws first blood here. Now they're going to have a chance at the point after try. The kick is on its way. The kick has plenty of leg, and the kick is good. With the point after try, Ava Gonzalez, it's true. 55.6 seconds to go in this inaugural 4A state championship game in girls flag football. The Knights strike first. They lead it 7-0 over the Prescott Badgers.
Big possession there, scoring right before the half as the coaches start scratching their heads trying to figure out what happened there on that defensive possession, trying to stop the little rub routes in the back of the end zone. And now the Badgers are going to look to try to respond here. About 55 seconds left. Couple of timeouts in their back pocket. Still a lot of time to be able to heave one downfield. We've already seen them try to do that here, Kevin. We'll see if they'll do it again.
All right, Manili begins this drive at her own 30. Snap is back to Manili. Wants to throw under pressure, and that ball is caught on the far side. Making the catch for the Prescott Badgers and then turning upfield with Mallory Walsh. I thought she might have been sacked in the backfield. Ben, that's what I thought happened, but then the play went outside, and again, it was slow to develop, but picking up big yardage was Mallory Walsh.
Yeah, well, you see here on the replay, you thought she was going to be sacked. I thought she was throwing an interception. Squeezes a ball through, threading a needle and turning nothing to something. And we have our first timeout now.
So Coach Ryan Hart will stop the clock and take the timeout. I think they're going to have to put more time on the clock as our white hat official, Rick Fuller, with the indication we're going to take a timeout. And that is indeed what we're going to do. And you can see some of the faculty members and people just helping out on the sideline gang, rushing water out to our officials on this really warm day. What a gorgeous, wintry Arizona day here in the fall.
I tell you what, it's better than being in the Midwest right now, Kevin. It is probably freezing in that area where now we're all just board shorts and T-shirts right now. Beautiful day for football.
Manili off the play fake. Deep ball, far sideline. The ball's incomplete. Again, a near sack with the pressure on the quarterback, Ariana Manning. And Manili, she seems to have the ability to put some air on these deep throws.
Well, a near sack, a near interception. We see for the second time today, the wide receiver for the Badgers turns offense into defense and almost boxing out that defensive back like she's playing basketball. No interception there, and the drive stays alive here for the Badgers.
Ava Sierras supplying the coverage for St. Mary's. For Prescott, they need to get to the 40-yard line to extend this drive. And this is a run play by Gilray. What a fake there by Manili. They act like the snap went over her head, and it was a snap to Alana Gilray, and she just scoots up the middle for nice yardage.
Little trickery on that play, but what goes unnoticed there is that looks to be what could have been a 50-yard, 40-yard, 35-yard gain, and just a pulled flag there right at near midfield where the linebackers of the Knights stopped that play in its tracks. And wow, yeah, consider themselves lucky there. The Badgers nearly had a massive play on their hands.
So we'll get a timeout taken on the field. We are looking forward to conversation with Jim Dean here at halftime. A lot going on in this championship Saturday. 3 state championship games in girls flag football. Last year, Arizona set the stage, the inaugural 5A and 6A title games. And here we are with that growth that we've seen over the last year. It's amazing growth at that. But Prescott and St. Mary's on the main stage here in the inaugural 4A title game. So it's gone from 2 conferences to 3 conferences in just a year, Benjamin. The growth has been very impressive.
Not just from them, but from us as well, Kevin. We were here last year, and little rookies to this flag football game, but now seasoned vets.
Manili to the air on a hook and ladder and down the sideline and scoring a touchdown for the Prescott Badgers was Aubrey Kinahata.
Oh, they just took a play out of the old Boise State Fiesta Bowl touchdown, paying homage to the Fiesta Bowl. Throws a little hook and lateral play and fools the entire defense. From the Knights, we have some laundry on the field, but it didn't look to be where the Badgers offense was. That should be on the Knights there. Almost potentially a illegal tackle of sorts, tripping up the Badgers wide receiver there. But as they discussed, maybe they picked this one up. Huge play, though.
Let's take a look at this one again. Wow, what a pass by Manili. And then they the catch was brilliant, but then the flip and going down the sidelines, that was just a spectacular play, well executed, just as Coach Ryan Hart had practiced that in practice this week.
How about the wheels, though, on the wide receiver there? Just speeded away from the defensive backs. And looks like it's going to be a picked-up penalty, turning this into a 7-7 ball game potentially.
So they're going to call holding against St. Mary's. And I don't know where that hold occurred, but the flag was thrown down inside the 5-yard line.
You know, Kevin, I have some insider information here. This kicker for the Badgers sure has a leg on her. This should be a very easy point after try for her. She was booting it from 45 yards out pregame, Kevin.
This is Delaney Courtney. Ben has seen the leg in pregame.
Oh, I've seen the leg. Massive boot on this girl.
There are 7 seconds remaining in the half, so St. Mary's will get another crack at it. Well, we want to look at this play one more time. High snap, good hold, and here comes Courtney, and that kick is right through the uprights.
No issues there.
We have a new score. 7's alive here. 7 seconds to go to halftime. Prescott 7, St. Mary's 7.
Yeah, so we'll take a look here on this hook and lateral play. Nearly pulled the flag there, but number 8 here for the Badgers gets tripped up on nearly the 1-yard line. Potentially could have been called short, but either way, touchdown for the Badgers. Huge play, 7 seconds before the first half. That is a game-changing play.
Kitahata was actually down at the 1, but with her momentum, it took her into the end zone. But they used instant replay here in the high school circuit, that one would have been called down at the 1-yard line. But what a play. And it was, again, Manili setting it up. The hook and ladder, the timing was absolutely brilliant. And then the speed down the sideline by Aubrey Kitahata to house it. And we have a brand-new ball game. We are tied at 7 apiece. This drive will begin for the Knights at their own 20-yard line. They'll snap it back, and they get the ball in the hands of Gwen Carter as she tries to turn the corner. She does, and she'll also have her flag pulled by the quarterback, Manili. So Manili's been involved in a lot of activity here, both sides of the football.
Yeah, you know, you had mentioned there just for a second that she might have been called down. I think the penalty on that play was potentially on the tackle there. Maybe doing a little too much after the play there for the Knights. So either way, it looked like they would have scored there anyways.
So both teams scored touchdowns in the latter half of the second quarter to tie things up, and we're going to send it down to the field and catch up with Sandy Charles as she has Chris Horn there. Sandy?
Serving up the freshest chicken fingers.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, your offense got into a rhythm late in the second. What was clicking?
Well, we got our quarterback into a rhythm, and that helps so much. The quarterback's such an important position. She finally found a rhythm, and everything started to come together.
What have you been able to see so far out of Gianni?
Gianni's great. She makes good decisions. They have really good rush people, so they're putting good pressure on her. That's to be expected. These are two great football teams.
Before the game, you told me you need your girls to function under pressure. How do you assess how they've done?
I think they're answering the call. They're doing a great job. You really couldn't ask for anything better of a state championship game with two great teams.
Thank you, Coach. Kevin, we'll send it back up to you.
Thank you, Sandy. Good stuff from Coach Horn. And what a very impressive first half. Both teams undefeated coming in here. Defenses are just as stingy as all get out. And what do you know, only 2 touchdowns in that first half.
Yeah, and as we're going through kind of some of the plays here in the first half, we have the hook and lateral that we just saw moments ago scoring for a touchdown for this Badgers defense. And, yeah, maybe a little short there, but either way, the effort was there with the flex at the end of that play. And, you know, Sandy was just talking about some pressure here for the Knights, and, boy, have they handled it well. We'll see how they handle it after the half here.
It's halftime here at Austin Field on the campus of Chandler High School. 7-7 in the inaugural 4A state championship girls flag football game. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have a conversation with Jim Dean. This is the 2024 AIA Flag Football State Championships presented by the Fiesta Bowl on Arizona's Family Sports.
Car wreck? Check. Motorcycle wreck? Check. Truck wreck? Check. Bicycle wreck? Check. UFO wreck? What? In a wreck? You need a check. Call Lerner and Road today.
Learner Enroll is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
If this is your wreck, you need a check. If this is your wreck, you definitely need a check. Hurt in a wreck, need a check? We're Learner Enroll. Make one call, that's all.
Learner Enroll is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Arizona. This message presented by the AIA and the Arizona Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Make every day game day and never miss a moment from your favorite team with the AZ Preps 365 Live High School Sports app. The official app for all Arizona high school sports teams gives fans instant access to up-to-the-minute scores, news, highlights, and much more. Customize the app to fit your needs, whether you're a student, coach, parent, or player. Download it now for free. Available in both the Google Play Store and Apple App Store.
This glorious Whataburger is yours. A few minutes ago, it didn't even exist. Why? Because every Whataburger is...
Mr. Dean, elaborate a little bit on the growth we've seen in the last year, because it's been a meteoric rise for girls flag football.
It has been meteoric. That's a great description of it. You know, last year we had about 50 schools that started in our inaugural year of flag football. This year we are well over 100, so we've doubled the number of schools. As we start a new 2-year block for football next year, we anticipate that number is going to continue to climb at a very quick rate. We're very excited about it. The game is tremendous.
With such a rapid descent to the top, where can the growth go? Like, what do you see in the future for flag football?
So what we would love to see is we'd love to see our middle schools starting to adopt and embrace flag football as well. You know, we don't oversee middle school sports, but we'd love to see that happen. The athletes are tremendous. They're absolutely tremendous, and the play is exceptional. We're at a state championship game at halftime, 7-7. It's exactly how it should be.
Yes.
Right? 2 great teams and just a great game. And so we're excited about what our athletes do. What these ladies do on the field is unbelievable.
Jim, when you look at the AIA as a whole, what's the state of the association?
You know, we really have 2 main goals as we move forward. The first is to continue to elevate opportunities for our athletes, our coaches, our schools, and our communities. We really want to continue to make that focus the number one thing that we do. In addition to that, we want to make sure that we are serving our member schools and meeting their needs. And so we continue to look for ways to make things greater, better for our folks, to help increase participation numbers across the state, and really to continue to grow high school athletics.
And one thing that you guys do, it's always a challenge to find a venue to house everybody with the timing. There's so many events going on, but you seem to always pick the right spot, and you put on a great show, Mr. Dean.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, it's a lot of work with our staff. We have a tremendous team that does that. They scout out locations, and we have great partnerships and relationships with our member schools, whether it be here at Chandler High School today or ASU coming up in a couple of weeks for the state tackle football championships. Our relationships are outstanding with those folks, and we can't thank them enough.
Jim, my last one for you. What else in Arizona is on the forefront that makes this state stand out?
You know, the level of athletics that are happening in Arizona is really becoming unmatched in the state. We are rising quickly in all sports, and you know, when we meet with folks nationally, one of the first questions that they want to know is, what are we doing in Arizona, because they're looking to replicate that. And so it's very exciting.
It's got to be very exciting for everybody at the AIA office. Is that we wish the executive director, David Hines, a farewell on his retirement. So we're looking forward to all the new developments, and we're excited to have you on board, Mr. Dean.
Well, thank you very much, and I just want to give a shout-out to David. He has had an exceptional career and has done a tremendous job at the AIA.
Thank you, Jim. We appreciate it. We're going to take a break. Special conversation, special thank you with the executive director, in fact, the associate ED, that's Jim Dean, our guest. We're going to take a break, and we've got more football here coming up in the second half. St. Mary's and Prescott right here on the AIA Broadcast Network.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Toyotathon is on! Now's the time to get an exciting new Toyota, like Camry.
Wait, what?
RAV4 Hybrid.
Cool.
Tundra, and more.
Wow.
How'd you do that? Toyotathon magic.
Right now, lease a new Camry for just $289 a month. Or a rugged Tacoma for only $299 a month.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
A little to the left, please. Thank you. A little more.
Oh, I'm okay. Get your money working. And for a limited time, get 0% interest for 6 months when you open a new Visa credit card at America First.
Welcome back to halftime here at Austin Field on the campus of Chandler High. Kevin Derryberry alongside Benjamin Garcia with Sandy Charles. We are tied at 7 apiece. And that first half, we saw a little bit of everything for both teams, but the defense was impressive on both sides of the football.
A little bit of everything, mostly defensively. The only way either of these teams are scoring is pulling out the trick plays, the empty out the playbook type of plays that you have so far in this game. And that's what you've seen with hook and laterals from the Badgers offense, or on the offensive side of the ball for the Knights. Just it feels like every play is a trick play. So each team making the other team's defense stand on their toes, and still, to the most parts, 7-7, most defenses have done a pretty good job.
And the biggest play of that first half, and who knows at this stage of the game, but it's the early candidate for the Whataburger What a Play of the game. But that flea flicker, if you will, actually it was a hook and ladder, and that was just a beautifully thrown ball there by Manili, and then it was Aubrey Kitahata taking it the distance as she fell into the end zone, and that was a big-time highlight reel play.
Well, Kevin, they were just trying to pay homage to the Fiesta Bowl. I think it was circa 2007 Boise State hook and lateral against Oklahoma.
On the return here for St. Mary's, that is Ariana Manning. She does so much defensively, but she has a chance to return the opening kick of half number 2 in a 7-7 tie. Prescott and St. Mary's. Let's send it down to Sandy Charles. Sandy.
Thanks, Kevin. I spoke with Prescott's head coach, Ryan Hart, at the half, and I asked him about the new quarterback that we've been seeing, Maggie Manili, and he said she brings a different speed profile, and she's a dual threat, and we could see going forward more passing. He's liking their defensive aggression. He says offensively, we have to get in a rhythm. His message to them was, don't let them bully you. When you block, mean it. He said it is going to be so much fun. Know your assignments. Go out there. We can win this. We'll send it back up to you.
Thank you, Sandy. A lot of excitement there on the field that Sandy gets some good insight from both these coaches here, as she always does, but excitement up here in the booth as well. On that first play of the snap to Louise, she couldn't field it cleanly, and that's going to be a loss. So a big play there to start the second half for this Prescott defense. Ruiz to throw. She'll drop it off in the flat, and making a bobbling catch there was Gwen Carter. They like to run that play. They like to get the ball to Carter on those crossing routes in the flat. Penalty marker thrown on the play, and this one's going to be an infraction against the Badgers.
Yeah, I'm not so sure what the official was getting him on there, but you kind of see opening up this half a little bit underneath stuff, things we haven't seen just from a straight quarterback drop back pass, throw it between or outside the numbers here, and you saw that here, and that should be able to keep that Badgers defense honest that is feasted on some interceptions early in this game.
So we have seen a few more miscues as far as penalties are concerned than I anticipated. There have been 5 or 6 penalties here in this football game, and they've all been very impactful type penalties. This one will extend this drive. The Knights from their own 44-yard line. Snap back to Ruiz, looking right, loads up, deep ball, and that ball is incomplete. Excuse me, it's intercepted by Manili. That's the third pick by Ruiz, second interception by Manili, and the 57th of the year for this Badgers secondary.
Yeah, Manili just kind of playing wide receiver there for the Knights, and you don't have to force the issue with that throw, and yet the Knights still, after what was a very nice completion under the defense of the Badgers, took another shot downfield and shot themselves in the foot there.
So another takeaway for the Badgers. See if they can take advantage of the extra possession. But St. Mary's began this second half with another turnover. And in that category, the Badgers with 3 takeaways here, all via the interception. And now we have a delay of game against the Prescott Badgers. So they're a little slow out of the gate here to get their timing down. Coming up next, Canyon View and Mountain Point on the main stage of our second game of this triple header of girls state championship flag football here on Arizona's Family Sports. KDB alongside Benjamin Garcia with Sandy Charles. They're going back to Aguilar. She's going to hand it off and making a nice cutback and then finding some running lanes, bobbing and weaving. That is Alana Gilray.
This Badgers offense is starting to find its way here, handing it off to number 2 here, the Badgers, and just continuously showing off that speed of this team. And what looked to be a run to the right side, almost like a halfback sweep, turned into what was a counter, all the way coming back to the near side of the field, making that Knights defense pay a little bit.
Football away, no question about that. Here comes Alana Gilray, and she gets the free rein to boot that one. It's a low kick, and on the return here for St. Mary's with speed, it's Gwen Carter. Turns up the field, and she's going to take that football into Badger territory. They're going to mark her out at the 49-yard line. I thought she was in there and took that ball into Badger territory, but they're going to mark her at the 49. It's a first down for St. Mary's. They get the football right back with their excellent defense.
Just ran out of field there late in that run, and with the ability of potentially taking that all the way to the house. Just stopped right short of that 50-yard line, setting them up in prime field position now as the crowd starts to get into it.
They break the huddle. Lining up to the outside for St. Mary's is Bella Sirocco. She does not have a catch yet here in this game. 8:55 to go. Third quarter. Ball's caught. GC2, Gwen Carter. Again, running that same crossing route, little mesh concept. And then they get to the outside and then turn it upfield. Gwen Carter, a lot of speed in that body.
Yeah, this Knights offense is starting to have some success with this dink and dunk underneath mesh-style offense, kind of keeping the Badgers defense honest that has been feasting on interception after interception. If I was the Knights offense here, I would continue just kind of keeping everything underneath until this Badgers defense creeps up.
Gwen Carter's going to snap it to Ruiz. Steps through the pressure. Ruiz is going to run the football. She's at the 40 to the 35, and she's going to take it inside the 30-yard line. Excellent work there by Gianni Ruiz, and picking them up and putting them down and get first down yardage, and that's going to be an excellent play there by the quarterback.
First down yardage in that Badgers defense, and she didn't take it all the way in for the score.
So first down at the 30-yard line. The Knights can get another first down at the 20. Again, breaking the huddle, lining up outside is Sirocco. GC2 with a snap. Back to Ruiz, looking left all the way. Has some time, throws. That ball is incomplete. They wanted to go back to Carter with the coverage for Prescott, Delaney, Courtney, and the Badger defense with that real estate there and that little zone coverage there. There was nowhere for Ruiz to go with the football.
Just throwing the ball away there. You saw her look down the field for a potential touchdown score, but it's almost like she knew about some of the interceptions that have already been thrown in this game, and just keeping it conservative, understanding it's first down, knowing just stay alive for one more play.
Ruiz with all kinds of time. And now she's going to take off and run with the football again.
That's coming back there, Kevin. Looked like a hold of sorts. Yeah, it looks like the officiating crew is going to bring that back just a little bit. Just a little too much action at the line of scrimmage there, where you kind of saw a defender for the Badgers try to creep in, and just a little too much handsiness from that Knights, for lack of a better term, offensive line.
So the Knights will get the penalty assessed to them. That's going to cost them some yardage. It'll be a 10-yard penalty. And the Badgers starting to lick their chops a little bit. They already have 3 interceptions here. Inside 7 minutes to play, and a 7-7 tie. The ball's now resting at the 40-yard line. So Ruiz will have some work to do. Again, they can get to the 20 and extend this drive with a fresh set of downs. Ruiz to throw again. And her pass was nearly intercepted. Jumping the route was Manili. She was in line for her 3rd pick of this football game and 4th of the afternoon for Ruiz. So that's one thing that Ruiz is going to have to be a little bit more weary of if that's the secondary. And it looks like right now they're just teeing off on her as they're just watching her eyes. So she's going to have to start to look off a little bit.
Kevin, she picks off that ball. That is an easy Oski pick 6 there. She's got to be more careful with it. You know, I'd like to see this offense maybe throw in a pump fake or two from this aggressive defense, potentially get them to bite a little bit more.
Ruiz again to throw. Here comes the pressure up the middle, and Ruiz steps up with a deep ball, and that ball was overthrown. The intended target, Ava Sierras, applying the pressure in the backfield, if you will. In this case, Delaney Courtney. She's been a pass rusher extraordinaire for these Badgers. So it'll be a 4th down, and it'll be what could be a punting situation here. Do you want to send them back and try to pin them inside the 20 here? And that like what Chris Horn will do here for the Knights as they're going to punt this away from the 45-yard line. It's Ruiz, a low line drive punt taken there by the Badgers, Brinkley Larson. And finally, she has her flag pulled there by Gwen Carter. Nifty job by GC2 defensively. 7-7 tie, 5:17 to go in this 3rd quarter. This is the 2000 AIA Flag Football State Championship presented by the Fiesta Bowl on Arizona's Family Sports.
High school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Driving the Nissan Rogue with Google built in is like...
Hey Google, turn on Rocky's Food.
It's like the ultimate connection. See why it's been awarded a Consumer Guide Best Buy and recommended by Consumer Reports. Drive the Nissan Rogue today.
Now get the 2024 Nissan Rogue, one of 6 Nissan vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000.
This afternoon's game is brought to you by Banner Health, the exclusive sports medicine provider of the AIA, and Nick's Menswear. Suit up, look sharp. That was not the best snap to Rihanna Aguilar. Ball was dead right where that ball landed. So the Badgers now with some challenges here, and they're going the other direction here. Now the ball's on the 10-yard line. So they're 90 yards away from pay dirt for the Badgers, and we are tied up at 7 apiece. Inside 5 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. Snapping the football is Addie Larson. Aguilar to throw. Another deep shot, far boundary. That ball is nearly intercepted. There was another jump ball, and that was contested. Franny Horn over there defensively for St. Mary's. And for Marley Van Mer, she was the taller of targets, had a chance to jump up there, but nothing to do, Ben.
Yeah, the differences between these two quarterbacks is it looks to be the offense of the Badgers have some pretty good defensive wide receivers knocking some of these balls down. A few turnover-worthy plays in this game, but not a lot of them getting converted.
Aguilar on the slant and trying to lunge and make that catch for Prescott was the wide receiver, Mallory Walsh, and that ball's going to be incomplete. How about the timing of the secondary arriving at the football? There was a little bit of a collision there, and I believe that was a pass breakup by the St. Mary's Knights.
Yeah, I know it was mostly Badgers offense.
Gilray on to punt. The Knights should have great field position after this one, and they get a good punt. This is Carter looking for some blockers. Starts to the outside, puts her foot in the ground, then turns it upfield, and here comes the penalty marker. Thrown in. How about that? I believe Alana Gilray, who punted the football, also got the tackle on special teams. That is tremendous effort there by Gilray.
And it looks like it's going to be brought back even further here on this play once we find out what the flag's for. Maybe a push in the back there. I'm not sure what we got there from the official.
So this one's going to go against St. Mary's, and again, self-infliction here for both teams has caused a lot of problems. And there has been no offensive rhythm here in this second half. Both teams just trading possessions and trading penalties and trading interceptions. Prescott with no picks. A battle of the undefeated. The 1 seed against the 2 seed. 1-0 must go here today, Benjamin. And now a late flag comes in. Slow to her feet is Gwen Carter, and she finally gets up.
Roughing the passer here.
Wow. And now the
really late call.
Fans can't believe it.
Oh, it looks like.
So Rick Fuller, our white hat of indication, and the prelim was indeed roughing the passer. And that's interesting because it was Gwen Carter who was trying to throw the football, and she was impeded. Badgers, Daria Young, and they're going to call that pass interference. Excuse me.
That's going to be an automatic first down there.
Boy, roughing the passer, that's tough.
That is a tough one,
tough call.
Especially when you're throwing the ball very quickly. I didn't think there was anything there to warrant a roughing the passer, but we're also not in the field.
It results in a first down from the 40. Ruiz, again, with a free lane to the outside, picks up nice yardage there. So Ruiz, the quarterback, starting to use her legs just a little bit here, and they're moving the football. It'll be second down. They'll pick up 9. The ball is on the 32-yard line. And with that carry, past the 40 results in a first down. So the Knights can get another first down at the 20. So essentially it's 1st and 12 if you like to keep score that way. From the 32, Ruiz, all kinds of time. And her pass goes outside. That ball's caught. Working up the boundary is Bella Sirocco. And finally she gets her flag pulled there by Manili. Manili very active in that secondary. Right place, right time for her, and she gets the tackle.
Yeah, the crowds and the coaching staff look to want some sort of a penalty on the Badgers defense for, I'm not so sure, largely pulling the flag there on that play, but looks like this Badgers defense just being a little too aggressive here, Kevin. That feasted on the interception multiple times in today's game and just up a little too much in that play, giving the Knights the chance there to be able to catch that ball and run with it for a little bit.
It'll be a 1st and goal from the 18-yard line. Snap back to Ruiz. Here comes the 2-man rush. Ruiz steps up, goes towards the end zone. That ball is caught, and I believe she's caught out of bounds. Gwen Carter leaped up in there and snagged that one at the 10-yard line, but the ball was out of bounds. So that was about field awareness, and the boundary is cut off right there at the numbers. They don't get to go all the way out to the outside of the field. So that's one of the changes that you would see on this field, that the field is a little more narrow, Ben.
A tremendous catch on the play, but still very interesting. The fans don't love it, but fan is short for fanatic. She had 2 full feet out of bounds, but still a good catch on the play.
2nd and goal. And now there's going to be a sack. That's a quarterback sack. The Badgers, Olivia Raber, gets to Ruiz. She gets home, and the Knights now are going to be backed up just a little bit.
You know, the crowd isn't going to like it, but I'm keeping an eye here on the passer. A pretty easy sack called on that play. She threw that ball nearly a full second after she was sacked. Pretty good call there by the officials who played a large role in today's game.
That is the 7th sack of the year for Olivia Raber. 3rd down and goal from the 23-yard line. Ruiz with the football. Here comes the pressure. Goes for the end zone. Has a receiver there. That ball's caught for a St. Mary's Knights touchdown.
Looks like
Bella Sirocco.
Some laundry in the backfield, though.
There's a penalty marker.
We're going to have a holding penalty. That ball's going to come back here, Kevin.
So the Ruiz pass to Sirocco, good for 23 yards and a touchdown, will be negated due to a holding penalty in the backfield.
Listen, I understand there was a illegal block or holding on the field. The official is demonstrating it on the field to the to the person that got in trouble for it. But look at this throw there, though, Kevin. Just rolling to her left side, tight spiral, throws the ball. Man, what we missed out on what could end there if not for a flag on the play.
So the Knights miss out on a go-ahead touchdown throw. Would have been good from 23 yards away. Soroko's touchdown is not going to stand up. Final 3 seconds of this third quarter, and we won't get this final play off. We will head to the fourth and final stanza here and the inaugural 4A state championship game in girls flag football to a 7-7 tie. This is the 2024 AIA Flag Football State Championships presented by Fiesta Bowl on Arizona's Fan Sports.
At first, it was just a team. Now I can't imagine my life without them.
That coach changed our son, on the field and off.
It started in the city.
It started on a sandlot.
It started on a Sunday.
The focus.
The drive.
The dream.
You knew how it felt.
You knew we needed the tools necessary.
You knew we needed funds to travel to tournaments.
You provided me with the best equipment.
You gave me opportunity.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the AIA and the Arizona Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hurt in a wreck? The insurance company is going to offer you a little check. We turn low offers into big checks.
Hurt in a wreck? You need a real check? Make one call, that's all.
Learner and Rope is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
In a wreck and thinking about dealing with the insurance company yourself?
Stop! People represented by an attorney get more than 3 times the money than those who don't have an attorney.
Learner and Rope is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
This afternoon's championship game brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods, Gear Up, Game On, and United Rentals, raising the bar on equipment solutions. Let's head down to the field for more with Sandy Charles. Sandy?
Thanks, Kevin. With every team, there's a heart and a soul, and I spoke with Prescott's head coach, Ryan Hart, about this, and he said it's his defense, specifically Delaney, Maggie, and Alana. But he said if you had to pick one, it's Delaney Courtney. He said she's tenacious. She's inspirational to others. She doesn't let the moments get too big for her, and his team thrives off of that. Kevin?
Thank you, Sandy. Great insight once again, and why Sandy was chatting. Gianni Ruiz threw a ball deep towards the end zone that was intercepted by Maggie Manili, her third interception on her own, and the fourth in the game by Gianni Ruiz.
Yeah, this Badgers defense has just been the story of tonight's, or today's game, I guess I should say, early in the afternoon here.
So the Badgers, 95 yards away from taking the lead here in this title game. As we mentioned, 1-0 must go. St. Mary's, the top seed at 13-0, Prescott at 15-0, the 2 seed. Deep shot, and that ball's incomplete. They went back to Aguilar, so Aguilar trying to hit Aubrey Kitahata, who was open by a couple of steps, and a little too much velo on that pass by Aguilar.
It just like, I don't even know if it was too much velo. I think it's just more so a wide receiver and a quarterback not on the same page. A wheel route there for the wide receiver, a rare wheel route. Trying to just get that DB to bite, they did, and it ultimately just didn't work out for them.
Keep a lookout on Ariana Manning here. Aguilar, another
same
vertical
play.
ball, and that ball is batted down. What a defensive effort by Ava Sierras. If Ava Sierras is not there, you can rest assured that Aubrey Kitahana was off to the races.
Yeah, that was the exact same play ran on first down that was then in down. The safety read it beautifully. Could have came down with it if she was just a hair quicker. But either way, the results stayed the same. Third down, no gain, and a long way to go.
Ava Sierras with that closing speed got to the edge and was able to deflect that pass. Great effort there by Sierra. 7-7 tie, 10:38 to go. It seems like it's getting late early here, Benjamin. As the play clock was ready to expire, that pass is floated over the middle, and it is Kitahana with the catch. And she has her flag pulled right near the 15-yard line. Gwen Carter doing a nice job. Defensive roam in the middle for this Knights defense.
Looks like they're going to punt this ball away, Kevin. Don't want to take any chances here, and they're starting to trust their defense that has gotten multiple turnovers on the night, as now the Knights look to take over, potentially scoring here.
The Knights only allow 3.8 points a game. They've allowed 7 here in this championship game.
That's a beautiful boot.
Low line drive kick picked up by Saris.
Nearly flipping the field position there, Kevin. It's a beautiful boot designed right off the ground and took a generous bounce there for the Badgers. And now the Knights here are going to have to go a pretty long way if they want to score.
It's hard to imagine when you look back from the beginning when you thought about how this game might unfold. If you would have said that the Knights quarterback would throw 4 interceptions and they'd still have a chance to win the game, I'd say you're crazy.
Oh, you can play aggressively like that when your defense is just as stout as well, and only giving up 7 points in the game on a hook and lateral, you feel pretty good about them.
No question about it. And there's a sack. Gilray gets home, and she gets to Ruiz, and that's going to push the Knights back even further.
Yeah, the crowd erupts there on that sack play, and now the Badger defense really coming alive here, and you see why they boot the ball away on 4th down, yes, deep in their own red zone, but still the ability to be able to turn that ball over and stop the opposing team from getting first downs. That's what this Badgers defense has been doing all night, Kevin.
What a time to have your first sack of the season by Alana Gilray. She has been huge in this game. Here comes the pressure again. Ruiz is going to take off and run to the far side, and finally, as she approaches Badger territory, she has her flag ripped down. Nice work there by Daria Young. She gets the stop. Her 63rd tackle of the year for Daria. I thought there was an infraction on this side of the play, Ben. So the ball rests at the 49-yard line, right over the emblazoned Chandler Wolves logo.
Man, it's not an insane play made that is consistently done by both these defenses, but the flag pulling today has just been tremendous from both teams.
It really has. Ruiz again with that underhand snap. Winds up, has a receiver down the field. That ball is incomplete. Sophia Bryant, I believe, was the target. And who else was there to break up the play? We'll double check that. It was Gilray defensively, that's for sure. And I believe it was Ava Saris running that deep route. But the timing was really good. The Badgers defense, they too, just very, very good at their craft.
Nearly picked off the ball there. I think that might have been their potentially 5th interception on the night, but either way, going back to the Badgers here offensively.
This is a short end-over-end kick taken there by Manili, and then right down the middle of the field with a big flagpole. That was Gwen Carter. So GC2 getting it done on both sides of the ball, and she is a little bit banged up. But I thought if the punt would have been a little bit deeper, you were looking at flipping the field here and really pinning the Badgers back, which allows your defense to kind of force the issue on that pass rush and then play in areas where you have a chance to hawk the ball and take another ball away.
We've seen a lot of really good kick coverage tonight, Kevin. Both teams booting it out there, getting and limiting it to limited yardage here on each of their returns.
From the 25-yard line, back to work here for Prescott, Rihanna Aguilar. Moving spot to the right side was her teammate Mallory Walsh. Aguilar over the middle. It's picked off by Gwen Carter. Carter to the outside, and Carter is going to be tackled at the 19-yard line.
I don't think she saw her, Kevin.
Rihanna Aguilar with the touchdown-saving tackle after the pick by Gwen Carter, and the Knights come away with a huge interception.
Yeah, big interception here. I don't think she ever saw her there, Kevin. I think you call her GC2 at this point, but she thought she had someone open in the middle of the field. I don't think she ever saw the linebacker there intercepting it, and still Rihanna, game-saving tackle. I thought she was going to take it all the way to the house there.
Over 20 interceptions on the year for this secondary for St. Mary's. In the slot to the right is Bella Sirocco. Snapping the football is Gwen Carter. Ruiz with time, steps up the pocket as she rips a pass towards Carter, and she can't hang on to that one. Good coverage there by the Prescott's defensive player. That was Delaney Courtney. But how about that velo on that pass, little sizzle on that ball there from Ruiz.
It looks like the second time tonight that a Knights wide receiver runs with it before they catch the football, takes their eyes off it, and what would have been a substantial gain there, potentially another 5 yards on the play, drops the ball, and it's Stu Gotts there.
Clock rolling with 7 minutes to go in this contest. Sevens are wild. 7 minutes to play, 7-7 score. Ruiz getting the play call from Coach Horn. And as the play clock was ready to expire, we'll see if the Knights were able to take a timeout. No, they weren't. So it's going to be a 5-yard delay of game penalty assessed to St. Mary's.
Yeah, that can't happen, Kevin. You got to be able to call a timeout quicker on that play late in this game. You can't take these timeouts with you. And now what looked to have been a second and still potential scoring distance, that takes you out even further. And even a kick from this range would not be as easy.
If you're wondering about the timeout situation, both teams still have 3 timeouts. So they could have easily taken one. I think the assistant coach was trying to take one, but Coach Horn said no go. It's Franny Horn in the flat. Franny Horn to the 12, and she's going to have her flag pulled right there. Nice work there by Addie Larson, but what a pass there by Ruiz. Just dropping it off, a little touch game, and then Franny Horn doing the rest with her legs.
Yeah, a pass you're saying there, but I'm giving more of the credit here on the catch. A one-handed snag to bring it down, and then pulls it down eventually with both hands, and putting her hand on her head because she thought potential score there. But now it turned to be second and massive is now third and manageable.
Ruiz to throw, Ruiz to tuck it and run, and Ruiz gets inside the 10 before she runs right into Addie Larson, as Addie Larson right there to make the flag pull, her 46th of the year. In fact, if you add one more from another previous tackle, how about 47 of those? Now it's 4th down and goal from the 8-yard line. It's 4th and goal for the Knights. They take the 3 here? Do they take the 3 here, or are they going to? Yes, they're going to go for 3.
Interesting.
Ava Gonzalez prepared to kick. This will be a 23-yarder. The snap is there. The hold is there. And Gonzalez sweeps her right leg through. And she missed the kick. And the Badgers hang on. And they dodge a huge bullet. It was a point-blank try for Gonzalez, and she missed the kick.
Just pulled it a little left there. Whenever you're seeing these from our angle, you'll lose the ball for a second if it goes in. We never lost it and missed it right there.
Tough break for the Knights. This is the 2024 AIA Flag Football State Championships presented by the Fiesta Bowl on Arizona's Family Sports.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Arizona. This message presented by the AIA and the Arizona Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
This glorious Whataburger is yours. A few minutes ago, it didn't even exist. Why? Because every Whataburger is 100% fresh beef and made to order. That means we didn't start cooking it until this exact moment, right here, when you ordered it into existence. Whataburger, just like you like it.
This afternoon's game is brought to you by Gatorade. Fuel your potential. And Whataburger, just like you like it every time. Whataburger. Aguilar to the outside, and much like a tackle, how about Ariana Manning? She has been just tremendous all day. I believe she's approaching double digits in flag pulls here in this one, but when you're racing Aguilar to the edge and you get there, that's impressive defense.
Yeah, pretty impressive all night for both defenses, just continuously pulling flags left and right, and not a lot of miscues from either team outside of some untimely penalties. Both teams playing some pretty disciplined football, not getting ahead of themselves.
Second down. A fresh set of downs for Aguilar and company at the 20, and they are going to drop that ball.
They went for another lateral there, Kevin. They caught the ball, but then tried to throw it backwards, gain a little bit more yardage, but not on the same page there.
Mallory Walsh with the reception, and that reception, they're going to give her credit for that catch, just not the pitch. So that's a first down pitch and catch, if you will, for Aguilar.
You know, Kevin, you know what they say, the most underrated rule that we have in all of sports, but mostly clearly in football, is the lateral, and we've seen them take advantage of it a few times, but really only connecting once with it.
This is Manili, and her pass is going to hit the dirt. Intended target Alana Gilray, and that'll be a second down. For Prescott, they can get a fresh set of downs at the 40-yard line. So if you want to go down the distance, it's 2nd and 18 from the 22-yard line. We are tied at 7 apiece. The Knights just missed a 23-yard field goal attempt to try to take the lead. So the Badgers get an extra life here. Final 3:30 to go. Manili to throw. Manili to the outside, and her pass is incomplete. She wanted Mallory Walsh, and that ball wasn't even close, Ben.
No, not close there on the play. Again, some miscommunication on the far side of the field where you don't got to get it all back in one play, and sped up there by some defenders coming at her. You got to be able to toss that ball near the middle of the field, try to get some space. And now it brings up a 3rd and long here for the Badgers offense.
3rd and an Uber ride from the 22. Deep ball, end over end pass, and that ball is batted down again for Manili. She was trying to get the ball to the outside, and that ball was thrown into triple coverage, Benny.
That could have nearly been a DPI, but the officials are let play. Threw it in triple coverage, but ultimately kind of says a punt in that instance, where it's either your team's ball or it's an interception deep in the opponent's territory, likely where this ball will land as well.
Brinkley Larson was the target on that one, and we go right back to the punt game for Alana Gilray. Big punt here, and it's a good kick. And it is going to be Gwen Carter. She steps up and fields that one. And Gwen Carter still on her feet in the Badger territory. Here comes a late flag. And this flag comes in from the referee, Rick Fuller. But for GC2, running up to field that punt on a line drive kick and then getting to the edge, turning the corner with speed, and then let's see if she gets some tacked on yardage here after this foul.
Yeah, she will. On what would look to be more of a football play, you'd like to see the officials that just watched a potential DPI get played on the field. If you ask me, a very softer of an instance for a penalty where both teams are just trying to grab the flag, and it didn't look like I saw much there. You think the officials would let him play with such a late game here, but listen, rules are rules, and you break one of them, they're going to call it. No leeway there.
So Addie Larson was there, and apparently the physicality for Addie on the sidelines was too much, and that's going to result in a foul, which means St. Mary's will have a 1st and goal to go from the 18-yard line. Ruiz, short drop, has some time, continues to survey. Now she's going to tuck it, run to the 20, and she gets to the 18, and that's it.
Man, this Badgers defense is scary.
What a flagpole there by, it looks like it's Gilray. We're going to double check that. She's on her back, but the Badger player is down.
Grabbing at her knee there, Kevin. That is never a good sign.
That is not. We will still wait to get the official word on who is down for Prescott, but that is a pivotal play because whoever it is on the field for the Badgers at this critical juncture with 1:54 to go, it's one of their skilled personnel. So it'll be a timeout. And this just might be a good chance to roll the Whataburger what a play of the game just due to the fact that we have this pause of the action, and I don't know that we find a better play than this one right here. This is the hook and ladder executed perfectly there by Manili as he drops it off to Brinkley Larson, and then the handoff to a streaking Kitahata. That was just an outstanding play.
Yeah, and just right before the half, when she had scored that touchdown, there was only 7 seconds remaining in the first half on this play. And still, I had mentioned it before, but paying a little homage to that 2007 hook and ladder from the Boise State Broncos against Oklahoma Sooners, and none other than the Fiesta Bowl as well. So that play there, tying up this game, and we haven't seen a score since, Kevin.
Yes, indeed. That was our Whataburger, what a play of the game, and that was a dandy for sure. So right now they continue to take a look at the fallen Badger, and now they get a towel up there as they're trying to screen off perhaps some cameras or whatnot, but they continue to work on the injured player. We just have not confirmed who is down. I thought initial glance, well, you could probably take a look on the other side. It's not Gilray, so we determined that. It's not Alana Gilray. And now looks like the Badger is going to get up. And in fact, wouldn't you know, that was the young lady that was involved in that foul. So that is Addie Larson. So Larson with that lower extremity injury, as Ben had pointed out, that she was grabbing her left knee or left leg. So now she's going to not even walk and get help to her bench. She's going to head towards some medical help. And that will be interesting to see where they head off for the medical help. So slight pause here.
I was just going to mention just really quickly, she has a knee brace on that right knee. That was not the knee she was grabbing. She was grabbing at her left knee.
Yes.
So interesting there.
Big play here, big sequence upcoming here for Coach Horn and the St. Mary's Knights. You talk about a golden position here. Ruiz over the middle, ball's caught. It's Gwen Carter. And you got to figure, if they have to rely on Ava Gonzalez, they wouldn't mind doing so. She just missed that last kick, but you gotta like your chances if you're St. Mary's with the game situation here. 7-7 tie, 1:33 and counting to go. It's 3rd down and goal from the 10. Ruiz gets the play from Coach Horn.
You know, I'd like to see a strike to the end zone here, potentially on either of the far sides of the field.
Quick snap, Ruiz rolls to the right. She's going to take off a run against the grain, and she gets to the 1 and has her flag pulled. What a tackle by Brinkley Larson. A game-saving, touchdown-saving pull right there. The ball is going to be rested at 1 yard line. 4th and goal in the 1.
Yeah, they're going to call 4th down here on the 1 yard line. A timeout here taken by the Badgers defense. Conserve some time here in case the Knights do convert here. What I think we're going to see here on this play here, Kevin, is kind of that same concept to end that first quarter when they scored a touchdown to go up in this game initially 7-0. I think you're going to see a little bit of a rub route here to that far side of the field. They like that, throwing it near the pylon, either your ball or no one's ball, but still likely going to be heavily contested. We'll see what we get here after this timeout from the Knights, but I would assume it's something similar to that. I don't think you run a run play here, especially with the defense potentially selling out for the run.
It's 4th and goal from the 1 in a 7-7 tie. They need 1 yard to break the tie. The question is, do you kick it here or do you try to score? And it looks like they're going to try to go for it. And there's so many things you can do, but if you're the defense, all you have to do is get that flag pulled before they break the plane of the goal line. So it's going to be dicey here for both teams. And now St. Mary's will take a timeout. Perhaps one of those chess matches here when you look at the defense, where they align, and how you want to set things up. For my money, Benjamin, I'm going to line a receiver out to the wide side. I'm going to snap it. I'm going to go just straight bubble screen. Throw it out to my wide receiver and see if she can't just dive over the goal line and score.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think you can leave your feet on the play, but I don't think there's anything wrong with a little lunge to get in the touchdown. And I'm sure that's what you mean there on this play. But now 4th down, are they bringing out the kicking unit?
The kicker is out. Ava Gonzalez is on the field.
So you had mentioned before a chess match, didn't like what they saw defensively, and decided, you know what, we're just going to take the points here on this play. Massive kick coming up here.
So this would be a 17-yard field goal attempt for Ava Gonzalez. Snap back. The hold is good. Ava sweeps her leg through it, and that kick is good! From 17 yards away, Ava Gonzalez has given the top-seeded St. Mary's Knights the lead here with 46.6 seconds to go. Special teams. It's complimentary football for the Knights as they lead by 3. Still plenty of time to go. Ava gets redemption. She's 1 for 2 in field goal tries. This one had just enough as she split the uprights. So with 46.6 to go, our new score, St. Mary's at 13-0, 10, and the Badgers at 15-0, 7. Let's see what the Badgers coach Ryan Hart wants to do here. The quarterback is going to be the quarterback at the start of the game, Rihanna Aguilar. Little misdirection. Penalty marker comes in, running free down the middle of the field. That was Aubrey Kitahata. Nice tackle by Sophia Bryant.
Maybe an illegal shift of sorts.
So the penalty will be assessed against Prescott. And after they mark off 5 yards, it will remain 1st down. So for the Badgers, they need to get to the 40 to get a fresh set of downs. We'll call it 1st down and 15, if you will.
You'd think they'd take a shot downfield here, Kevin.
Aguilar underneath to Manili. Manili to the boundary. She can't get to the boundary because Sophia Bryant's right there. Sophia Bryant with over 115 pulls this year, rising up to the occasion in this St. Mary's defense that we've talked about so much throughout this game. They're making big plays here.
Yeah, huge play there made. I don't like the underneath throw here from the Badgers. At some point, you're going to need to take a massive shot downfield, especially with the kicker on the Badgers that's got a big boot on her. You don't got to get the entire length of the field, but you do have to get some yardage to make this more manageable.
21.8 to go. 10-7 our ball game. Glorious Arizona day here out in Chandler, Arizona. We are at the home of the Wolves. So the Badgers will come out of the huddle, out of that timeout, and we'll have a new plan of attack here. It will be Manili to pull the trigger throwing the football. Maggie Manili, the junior. Aguilar, the original quarterback, lines up to the near side. Manili back to throw. Here comes the pressure. Jump ball. That ball is incomplete.
Oh, there's
Franny Horn was there, and here comes a flag.
It's going to be DPI. A push in the back there from the Knights defense. That's going to be a spot foul penalty, if I'm not mistaken, and an automatic 1st down. But that's a good call there from the officiating crew. You'd like to see that call come from the back judge. Instead, came from what looked to be the line judge there. But, yeah, massive DPI there. Push in the back, not really giving a chance there to the Badgers wide receiver.
Brinkley Larson, the intended target. 16.1 seconds to go. 10-7 our ball game. Both teams, well, that's actually, they haven't updated the Longines scoreboard. We know they've taken some timeouts. So the tail of the tape
I think they should have one more, if
is
I'm not
pretty close.
mistaken.
Manili to throw. 13 seconds to go. She can't make the throw. Why? Because Ariana Manning is there to get home. She gets the sack. Over 34 sacks on the year for Ariana Manning, and she has her biggest sack of her season on that play.
This will be the final play here, Kevin.
How do you practice that, Ben? How do you go in there and practice pulling flags like that? I wonder how they do that.
Yeah,
Remarkable effort.
I don't think that's something either of us could do, Kevin. The sticky fingers, I think we got to check some of the gloves. Some of these girls on these teams could. The immediate flag pulling has been the story of today. Not many missed tackles on today's game for either side, but now a last-ditch effort here for the Badgers defense. Sorry, for the Badgers offense. And you saw there for a second they were looking to throw the ball downfield, try to get just somewhat in position for their kicker. Going to try to, listen, final play of the game here potentially. Going to have to pull out all the stops.
9.1 seconds to go in this game. It's 10-7 for the Badgers. They need to get to the 40 for a fresh set of downs. Manili stops. Sends one deep. It's a jump ball, and that ball is caught by the Badgers. Making the catch was Aubrey Kinahata. And now they're going to say time has run out. Time has expired here on Austin Field. Ladies and gentlemen, the St. Mary's Knights have just blazed an Arizona history-making trail as they are the first team in the 4A conference to be crowned state champions in girls flag football. And it kind of went down to a Hail Mary, and time just expired as Chris Horn and the St. Mary's Knights coaching staff exchanging hugs and handshakes and pleasantries. And you can see Coach Horn clutching his fist up and down, saluting his crowd. What a moment for the St. Mary's Knights. We'll have more coverage after this. This is the 2024 AIA Flag Football State Championships presented by the Fiesta Bowl on Arizona's Family Sports.
Are you okay? You seem upset. Turns out you were right. Our car was breaking down and we did need a new one with a loan from America First Credit Union. Me saying there was no hurry and to wait was wrong. Hey, on the bright side, we got to meet Huey.
Get your money working with our low-rate auto loans, now with no payments for 90 days.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the AIA and the Arizona Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Welcome back to Chandler High School. Kevin Derryberry alongside Benjamin Garcia with Sandy Charles. And in just a moment, we're looking forward to conversation with our player of the game here in this 4A state championship here in girls flag football. Ariana Manning of St. Mary's was oh so gifted and instrumental in her defensive effort along with the Knights. And the Knights scored just enough points. They win it 10-7 here, Ben.
Yeah, defensive stalemate for most of this matchup, but coming down to the leg of the kicker, who missed one earlier in the game, and nothing to hang your head about if you're the Badgers, with an undefeated season coming to an end, but still placing second in the 4A inaugural championship game. But ultimately just not enough in that second half, where it was 7-7, 14 total points scored in the first half, and then just 3 points in the second half. A big defensive stalemate in this game for the Badgers and the Knights.
Exceptional game. You've had a tremendous season, and it's been our pleasure to track you throughout the entire season and the playoffs. Great job, great effort. On behalf of the AIA, congratulations. You are the 4A Conference state runner-up. Miss Amy from the Fiesta Bowl is going to present you with your trophy.
Grant.
All right, great ladies. If we could just 2 lines.
It's a nice presentation there to the Prescott Badgers. Head coach Ryan Hart receiving the runner-up trophy. His team finishes 15-1, and in their inaugural campaign, playing flag football at Prescott High School, just a tremendous season. So much growth and maturation from these young ladies that they began the season to where they are now, and they make the trek here from Prescott on a beautiful Arizona day, and they just come up just a little bit short. But, boy, they had a tremendous game plan. Their defense, they were wreaking havoc the entire afternoon. They made it difficult for St. Mary's. They only allowed them 10 points. If you think about that, your only loss of the year, you only allowed 10 points, and you're victorious. And here is Grant Sanders from the Fiesta Bowl presenting the
outstanding season. You have had an absolutely exceptional flag football season this year. We've been keeping an eye on you all season. Tremendous, tremendous job. And more importantly, you will forever be state champions. On behalf of the AIA, congratulations. You are the 4A Conference State Champions. Mr. Grant from the Fiesta Bowl is going to present you your trophy.
Congratulations, brother.
Here it is.
What a moment for Chris Horn and his football team, and their AD and head football coach for the fellas, Jose Lucero. Just a remarkable campaign for the St. Mary's Knights. Unblemished, they finished 14-0, and they're going to set themselves up for a ring-sizing ceremony here in the very near future, Ben.
Yeah, just an effort all the way around. If I had told you that their quarterback was going to throw 4 interceptions in this game and still win, it kind of speaks to the tenacity and the mindset of this team that no matter what happens, it's a short memory, get on to the next play, nothing major affects them. And with that being said, that is why that they are the 4A inaugural state champions and should absolutely be proud of that accomplishment.
No doubt about it, Ben. You think about their trials, their tribulations, all the things they had to go through, the development of their young people. It's just been a spectacular ride for Coach Horn, a very devout Catholic man. They teach this game of football, and, well, we're looking forward to having a conversation with Ariana Manning in just a moment, along with Chris Horn. Let's send it down to the field. Our very own Sandy Childs. Sandy?
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, congratulations. First year as a flag football team and you're champions. What did it take to get this job done today?
It took a lot of hard work, and these girls love each other. I think their bond is what helps. We had dinner at my house last night. We talk about this. When things are going to be tough, you help each other, and that's what this team does.
You've been in the NFL. Now you're making an impact with these young females. How do you describe how special this season of your life is with these young athletes?
It's incredible. I mean, so today is Franny's birthday. So my daughter's birthday is today, and when I was asked to do this, I looked it up and saw that she was going to be 18 on the state championship, and I told her we had a date. So, yeah, and here we are.
Here you are. That is awesome. We'll go to Ari. Defense showed up today. How intense was it out there?
It was really, I had to take it up a notch.
How do you describe the chemistry with your teammates?
I love my teammates. I play for them.
Your freshman kicker, Ava Gonzalez. What can you say about her in that final moment she got the win?
She's amazing and a lifesaver.
Coach, we'll go back to you. One more. I saw you pacing right before that kick. How fast was your heart beating?
Super fast. I was pacing and praying. So it was incredible. I went over to, I called the timeout, and then I went over to Ava, and I said, can you do this? And she said, I can do it. And so I called timeout, and I said, let's go, and you're going to do it. So incredible. She's an amazing young lady. All these girls are. I'm really grateful to be here with them.
Congratulations, and happy birthday to your daughter. Kevin, will send it up to you.
Thank you, Sandy, and certainly a thank you to Coach Horn.
Good job.
And yes, absolutely happy birthday to Franny Horn. My goodness, what a day to celebrate her 18th birthday. I believe they said they were celebrating. And go back to Ava Gonzalez, a freshman, ice water in her veins, drills the 17-yard field goal. It was a game winner, and the rest is history. St. Mary's blazes Arizona trail. They're 4A state champions, and they finished the year at 14-0, and they set themselves up for their community and the alums and the players that play flag football. St. Mary's, they've got a really impressive team to look up to and build their program around.
Yeah, for years to come, too, and it's kind of hard at one point where you're starting from the bottom and then end up at the top of your very first year, but something to build off of from years to come. I know they're not satisfied with just one. They'll want to try to be here next year and potentially go after another one.
This will do it here for Chandler High School. And we've got the second game triple dip here coming up next. It'll be Canyon View and Mountain View. That's coming up next, the 5A finals. We'll have all the coverage for you right here from Austin Field here at Chandler High School. And we certainly thank you for watching our first game of our triple dip, where the St. Mary's Knights capture a perfect season going 14-0, and they are their first ever state champions in the 4A conference and girls flag football. I'm Kevin Derryberry for Sandy Charles and Benjamin Garcia. Until next time, so long for now. No signal, I must require.